Hello and welcome to Learn with Swasti. We are doing paper 1 of 7th July 2024 and this is set B. We're doing mathematics. So the first question says Soumya joined her job on 13/1/1992 and she retired on 31/3/2023. So how long did she work? So we just have to subtract this from here. So 23 minus 92, this is 31 years. This is 2 months and this is 18 days. But you have to remember that she also worked on 13th. So she joined on 13th. So both days when you include, it will be 31 years, 2 months and 19 days. So although 31 minus 13 is 18, you have to add back 1 because she worked on the whole of 13th also. In a certain week, the number of patients in a dental clinic was as follows. The question is, based on the above, choose the wrong statement. So on most of the days, the patient was more than 30. So on 4 of the days, patients more than 30. So this is correct. Difference between number of patients on Monday and Wednesday is 20. So 45 minus 25 is 20. This is also correct. Range of data is 27. Range is your maximum, which is 45 minus minimum 18. So this is 27. So this is also correct. Total number of patients was 201. If you add all this, it comes to 201. The incorrect statement is total number of patients was 200. The main approach suggested by NCF in teaching mathematics. So main approach throughout NCF is constructivism. 1 crore is 10 millions. So 1 crore is 1,000,000,000. And if we are going to convert it into millions, then we'll take the third zero out here. So it will be 10 million. So 1 crore is 10 million. So two angles of a triangle are 50 and 30. Third angle is 100 because 180 is your sum of three angles. 50 plus 30 is already 80. So 100 will be your third angle. Which of the following Indian mathematicians are known as founders of numerical analysis? This is a question I'm holding on because I really don't know this answer. And I've searched a bit. I've searched NCERT, I've searched class 6, 7 maths book, and I've not yet found it. So I really don't know what is the answer. I shall totally keep it on hold and not waste time trying to find this. While teaching equations, teacher explains the concept of linear equations. Okay, linear equations is equations x plus y is equal to something, x plus y plus z. So they will always have a unique solution. Okay. If a solution is given, how many equations can you make? So you can make many equations. For example, if I tell you I'm going with 2, so if say x is 5 and I tell you y is 4. Okay, and I give you the solution that x plus x is 5 and y is 4. How many equations can you make? You can make many equations. You can place x plus y is equal to 9. You can make x minus y is equal to 1. You can make y minus x is equal to minus 1. You can do anything. You can do 2x plus 2y. You can make a whole lot of equations where you will get the same answer. So you can make many equations. Now, which of the following resources is best suited to explain the concept of decimal? Now, this was, see, C will not be there. You don't use an abacus to teach decimals. And graph paper will definitely be there because graph paper is used to teach decimals. Now comes the options. So basically, if given to me, I would have gone with A and D, but A and D does not exist. And anywhere there is C, I'm going to first cancel that out. So A and C, it does not have D, only B, no. So that just leaves us with B and D. Dane's block, which would not have been my first choice to teach decimals. I would rather use a number chart, but well, that's the only option available. D has to be there. Graph paper is like one of the best sources you have to teach decimals. So I shall go with B and D, that is Dane's block and graph paper. Okay, 22 hectometer and 8 decameter is equal to how many meters? So 22 hectometer is 22 into 100 meters, and 8 decameter is 8 into 10. So that is 2280 meters. So remember, kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. Which among the following is true about the computation in basic operations for grade 2? So it involves child's ability to develop informal strategies. Yes, it involves his ability to estimate, to do calculations at large numbers. So anything which has C, you will first cancel that out. That just leaves you with option A and B. So large calculations you will not be doing for grade 2 children. Which of the following letters has no lines of symmetry? So L has no lines of symmetry. Otherwise, A will have one line of symmetry. M also has one line vertical symmetry. X will have two lines of symmetry, whereas L will not have a line of symmetry. Which of the following represents the features of mathematical laboratory? Okay. It is a place to, so you need only two, provides opportunities to prove mathematical theorems through experiments. Yeah, I will go with B. It provides opportunities to make conjectures, test them. Yes, B and C definitely. So, enjoy mathematics through informal exploration is also something I would take. Assess students and grade no. So, anything with D gets cut out first, and you have to only choose between A and C and B and C. So, C definitely is there. I'm going to go with uh, opportunities to prove mathematical theorems and to make conjectures. Informal exploration will also be there. I mean, that's a very strong one, but I don't know. I'm going to go with proving mathematical theorems through experiments over informal exploration. So I'm going to put A and C, that is enjoying maths, which is actually an important thing, as a star. But let's see what CTET talks about. Okay, so this is another very simple one. 12,000 plus 1,300 plus 2 tens. If you add this, you get 320 and 13,320. So 13,320 is the answer. Now this is a very, very good sum. It will require some explanation. So it says x is to y is the same as p is to q. I'm writing it in the form of a fraction. So it's the same thing. X is to y is equal to p is to q. Then which of the following is true? Okay. So whenever you add the same number to both the sides, the equation remains the same. So if I add it up, I get x plus x plus y over y is equal to p plus q over q. Okay. So this first one is true. X plus y over y is same as p plus q by q. Similarly, if I had subtracted one, I would get x minus y over y same as p minus q by q. If you cross multiply, let me take it here, x over y is same as p by q. So if I can cross multiply that p by q, x by x into q is the same as p into y, and therefore x over p is the same as q over y. So x is to p is the same as, y over q. So this is also there. X plus y is to x minus y should be the same as p plus q is to p minus q. So this is wrong. So which three are correct? So A, B and C are correct. So I hope this was understandable. Basically, it was just playing with the concept of equations and ratios and proportions. So that is what this was. I don't think this is a paper 1 level question, but still, since that's been asked, okay. So this is a very simple question. One egg, 65 grams, and what is the mass of 2 dozen eggs. So we are doing 65 into 24, which is 1560. 1560 grams is 1.56 kgs. National Curriculum Framework for Foundational State, that is NCFFS, highlighted the importance of the following components while teaching. Okay, so this is based on the ELPS theory. ELPS, if you remember the ELPS theory, you start with experience, then you go on to language, then you go on to pictures, and then symbols. So it will be B, C, D, A. B, C, D, A. So there's a number 5-2 multiplied by 123 is this number. So what is this? We basically have to take 92496 and divide it by 123, and the answer you get is 752. So the value of that star is 5. So I'm not doing this because this is just a basic calculation sum. Missing number. So if you look at these numbers, these are all prime numbers. All prime numbers have been put up. So after 59, the next number is 61. So 61 and then 67. So 61 would be the correct answer. Raju has turpentine oil in 5 containers, each of 20 liters. So 5 into 20 liters, he has 100 liters. He fills them in 10 cans of 5 and 10 cans of 2. So 10 cans of 5 and 10 cans of 2, and rest is in 1 liter coin. So this is 50 and this is 20. So 70 liters is filled up. How much is left? 30 liters is left. So he will fill up 30 liters of 1 liter cans. A mathematics teacher discusses the concept of open curve and closed curve. For better understanding, she gives an example with 4 points. Okay, now this is something you need to understand. Let me just take the place out here. Okay, this is an open curve. It's a curve, any kind of curve. This is an open curve. Okay, this is an open curve. You have to have a curve. And this would be a closed curve. A circle, an ellipse, and all this will be closed curve. The curve is closed. So now the teacher is giving them 4 points. How will, what is the condition? So the only way it can happen is when the 4 points are not collinear. Collinear means they are not in the same line. So even if 2 of them are, 3 of the points have to be not in the same line, because if they are in the same line, you end up getting a line. You don't get a curve. So 3 of them must be non-collinear for it to be an open curve. The open curve is given. So this is again a very conceptual based question. You have to understand what is a curve. And I again think this is not a paper 1 question. Okay, next question. In order to identify individual differences, which of the following will not be appropriate? So a summative assessment will not be appropriate if you want to find individual differences in the class. Diagnostic assessment will help, formative will help, peer assessment will help, but summative assessment will not help. Which of the following statements are true about numbers? Now this is a question I've struggled with really. So which of the following are true about numbers? All positive numbers are whole numbers? Yes, all positive numbers are whole numbers. Okay. All whole numbers are integers? So I think 0 is not an integer, so this is wrong. All rational numbers are real numbers. So again, yes. And all irrational numbers are also real numbers. So that is also true, because you have real numbers and imaginary numbers. So real numbers can be rational and irrational. So all rational numbers are also real, irrational numbers are also real. So which of the following are true? They are. So let me look at the Hindi one. संख्याओं के बारे में कौन सा कथन सत्य है? So सत्य है ही पूछा है. I'm really not sure, because I'm getting all 3 to be real. So if it was not real, I'm not sure what would the answer be. So I'm keeping this on hold. Maybe if any of you understand, you can put it in the comments below. And give me a better answer. Let's move on to the next one, which is the difference between the greatest and smallest 6-digit number. So the greatest 6-digit number would be here. The student has done it very correctly. So the greatest 6-digit number is 965310, and the smallest is 103569, and the answer is 861471. So question 54, this is fractions. You have to put it in decreasing order. Decreasing order means you have to start with the largest and move on to the smallest. So I'll start with the LCM. 63 can be taken. 9 goes 7 times. So this will be 7 by 63. 21 will go 3 times. So 3 by 63. 7 goes 9 times. So 9 threes are 27. And this remains the same. So the biggest number is 3 by 7. Here is 3 by 7. Okay. Then the next biggest number will be 12 by 63. So 12 by 63 is the next biggest number. The third biggest number is 7 by 63 or 1 by 9, and then 1 by 27. So that is the order. So in a mathematical class, a teacher explains the concept of different angles. She realizes that the scissor is the best example. So this is a scissor. When you have a scissor, this will be a scissor. So it can, yes, explain vertically opposite angles. It can explain even linear pairs of angles. So this is a linear pair. Corresponding angles and alternate angles, this it cannot explain, because for this you need parallel lines. Okay, so these are your corresponding angles and these will be your alternate angles. So it can explain vertically opposite angles and linear pairs of angles. Out here it will be A and B. Which of the following learning experiences for children does not reflect the contribution of mathematics to everyday life? Now, if you look at Hindi, योगदान को प्रतिबिंबित करता है. So the questions in English and Hindi are totally different. I'm solving this. So here also remember, you might most probably just get a mark for attempting this question, because English says does not reflect, Hindi says reflect. Okay. So let's go with does not reflect. So exploring how they use mathematics in their life does reflect. Collecting, organizing, representing, interpreting data in day-to-day life, this will reflect. Play small group games on mathematical skills, this will reflect. And communication of mathematical ideas in writing, so this will not reflect. Which of the following are correct examples of the statement mathematics is hierarchical in levels and are logically structured? Okay. The concept of integers needs to be developed before the concept of multiplication division. This is not correct, because as long as they know natural numbers, they'll be able to do multiplication division. Multiplication follows and builds on the concept of addition. Very much true, because multiplication is basically repetitive addition. Number sense needs to be developed before concepts of addition and subtraction. Yes, without knowing number sense, without knowing what numbers are, which numbers bigger, smaller, how much, they cannot learn addition and subtraction. So anything that the concept of integers does not need. So here B and C would be the correct one. Okay, so let's come to this question. Wonderful question. So students in a class are solving questions based on percentage discounts. Okay. One question requires the students to calculate the cost of 2 bikes with 8% discount on each bike. So one group calculates the total cost of the bikes and then deducts 16% from the total cost. Okay, the method. So what is this method? So this is not an alternate strategy. First, you have to figure out whether it is the correct way. So this is not a correct way. It is false. I'll just show you. I'll do a sum and show it to you. So why is it false? Let us see. So one, they say that they have deducted 16% discount instead of 8. And one is they have deducted 16% from the total instead of 16% from the average of total. Okay, so let's see what this could be. So let's say there are 2 bikes. One is 100 rupees, one is 200 rupee bike. Okay, so basically it's not given that all the bikes are the same. There is a 100 rupee bike and there's a 200 rupee bike. So the 8% discount on this. So this will cost 92 rupees and this will cost and this will cost 184 rupees. So 8% of this, and the total is therefore 276. So this is the cost they had to find. So what they have done now, if you see 276, this is at a 8%. This is like 0.92% of 300. So they had to actually add up both the cost and then find a 8% discount on the total. So this is what they have done. This is the correct answer for you to understand. They have deducted 16% instead of 8%. They should have totaled, and then whatever it be, 8% only would have been the discount. But let's see why this is not correct. Okay, they have deducted 16% from total instead of 16% from the average of the total. So if they had to do that, suppose the cost of the two bikes total is 300 rupees according to me. Average cost is 150 rupees. Now on this they are deducting 16%. Okay, they are subtracting 16% of it. Subtracting 16% from here. So this gives you 150 minus 16% of 150. Means you'll have to subtract that, which is 24. And they're getting a very low price, which is not the correct price. So this is wrong. This is the wrong way. They have to get this answer. So if they had totaled it up, if they had got 300 and they had just subtracted, I'm just multiplying with 92 by 100 basically. Uh, so if they had just subtracted that 8% from the total, they would have got the answer. So this is 276. So what they have done wrong is, this is a wrong way of doing. They should have deducted 8% and not 16%. So that is why it is wrong, not the average cost. And even if they had taken average, I mean, that's not how you do this sum. Okay, question 59, they is based on shapes. So this is your basic understanding. See, a line by definition only has a length. It has no endpoints. So a line will have no endpoints. This is something we know. A ray has only one endpoint. This is a ray. It starts from here. A line segment will have two endpoints. So a segment. And a face of a blackboard is a part of a plane. So it's a plane. So A3 is, cut this off, A3, B4. So this will be the correct answer. Okay, and this is a very simple sum. We just had to divide. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 0 divided by 555 is actually 222. So 222 minus 222 is 0. So with that, we come to the end of mathematics, as this is paper 1 of the 7th July 2024, set B. Do let me know in the comments below how much you think you've got, which you found was the most difficult answer or most difficult question, and follow me for your CTET preparations.